Hi guys. To tie up the loose strings of Fantastic Beasts and its connection to Harry Potter series, the American Cowboys brings you the timeline to clear up any confusions you might have. So quickly grab your beer and let's go. This all started in the year 1883, cause that's the year in which two greatest wizards of all time were born. Their names were Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald. Then in the year 1899, Grindelwald visited his beautiful aunt in Godric Hollow, where Dumbledore's family also lived, and both talented kids quickly became cheeky-peeky friends. They began their plans to collect the Deathly Hallows, and to overthrow the International Statue of Secrecy. They coined a phrase for the greater good that became the slogan of their revolution. They both planned to leave the town for their mission. And that's when Aberforth, the younger brother of Dumbledore, got pissed and confronted him, which led to a duel between Grindelwald and Aberforth. Then finally Albus stepped in to protect his brother, which resulted in a three-way duel that killed Dumbledore's sister Ariana. Grindelwald fled to save his ass and started searching for Deathly Hallows alone, and Dumbledore retreated to a boring life of educating future wizards at Hogwarts. Then between 1900 to 1925, at some point in this time period, Grindelwald steals the Elder Wand, one of the three Deathly Hallows, from Wandmaker Gregorovitch, and then used its power to begin his conquest of Europe. Became the most feared badass wizard, and cut a bloody trail across Europe that lasted decades, murdering those who stood in his way. Then in December 1926, that's when 29-year-old Newt Scamander arrived in America and accidentally unleashes his dangerous magical animals in the United States, as we have seen in the first part of Fantastic Beasts. Our beautiful J.K. Rowling has also confirmed that Fantastic Beasts franchise will span 2 decades, which means the story starts in 1926 and ends in 1945. The year of 1926 is also very important, as our beloved Tom Riddle Jr., who later becomes Lord Voldemort, was born, and as previously stated, the Fantastic Beasts series is said to cover 19 years, meaning it might cover Tom Riddle's childhood and his time at Hogwarts. Well, that's a treat for fans. In the year 1927, Newt Scamander's book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was published. With his book already published, he will be a more established wizard in the sequel and could play a huge role in the fight against Grindelwald. Following 1927 until 1945, Grindelwald began amassing an army of crackheads like him and started launching several devastating attacks across Europe, and started global wizarding war, risking exposure of magical folks. Also by 1945, our little Tom will have already gotten revenge on his father's family, which means that Voldemort will already be a simmering threat to the wizarding world. Then the year of 1945 is very important. As we know, Dumbledore defeated Grindelwald in what is described as the greatest duel of all time, winning control of the Elder Wand and ending the global wizarding war. Defeated Grindelwald was imprisoned for life in his own fortress of Nurmengard. One interesting comparison to note here is that the franchise isn't coincides with the end of World War II, which also suggests that Grindelwald, the series baddie, is essentially Wizard Hitler. In the same year, Voldemort disappeared from Hogwarts. Around 1965, Dumbledore was appointed as the headmaster of Hogwarts. The year 1970 marked the beginning of the First Wizarding War, which lasted until 1981. After Lord Voldemort started his first rise to power in 1970, Dumbledore founded the Order of Phoenix, a secret organization of wizards willing to fight Voldemort and his ugly Death Eaters. In July 1980, our favorite Harry Potter was born in Godric's Hollow, and then in October 1981, Voldemort's soul is ripped from his body when he attempted to kill baby Harry, ending the First Wizarding War. In June 1995, Voldemort regained his physical body, which marked the beginning of Second Wizarding War, which lasted until May 1998. Voldemort and his ugly Death Eaters waged a violent war against both wizarding and Muggle communities, with the eventual goal of conquering the entire world. In June 1997, Snape killed Dumbledore, and then later in March 1998, Voldemort killed Grindelwald in an attempt to gain control of the Elder Wand. In May 1998, Harry kicked Voldemort's ass during the Battle of Hogwarts, ending the Second Wizarding War, and that's the end of it. Thank you for watching this video. And if you truly enjoyed the video, you know the drill. Share your comments and don't forget to subscribe the channel, because American Cowboys brings you the most badass content you will find nowhere. Thoughts are guaranteed. Sayonara.